Hey guys, Lucky Star Shi-Roku here, and just a quick update. As you can probably already tell, I'm not going to be on camera today. This is just because I'm not really feeling in the mood to appear on camera right now, basically. Which, you know, we all get like that. We all have days like that where we're just not really... You know, we all get days like that, some more than others obviously, but yeah. So basically I'm just having my avatar appear on screen talking for me, since again it's still on brand, it's still me, it's still recognizable as me, it's still my own voice, so it still works. So yeah, I'm using my avatar just because I'm generally not feeling in the mood to appear on camera. You know, feeling pretty tired, kind of sluggish, just generally not in the best mood for appearing on camera, which is, you know, that's fair enough. But yeah, basically I'm having my avatar talk for me, but at the same time I still wanted to get a video out just to kind of talk about what's been on my mind and what's been bothering me, and just, you know, I just wanted to get that information out there, you know, since it's still somewhat important. Yeah. Basically doing it this way just helps me focus and get my message out without feeling like I need to appear on camera. You know, remaining comfortable, which is, you know, comfort is always important. You know, you should always be comfortable in whatever you do. So. Yeah. So anyway, now it feels like there's been a, I know it feels like there's been a lot of delay announcements lately over the past few months, and that's kind of what I want to talk about in this video. And I want to talk about, and I want to really apologize for any frustration that might have caused as a result. And I just also want to take a moment just to talk about why that's been happening, and just, you know, everything in that regard, because I am aware that, like, lately over the past few months I have had a lot of community posts saying, there's no video, there's gonna be no video tonight, you know, just over and over, like, to the point where it feels like there's been more community tabs than actual videos, and I know that's not exactly good. It's not a good look, and that's kind of what I'm doing here. So hopefully, if there's ever a video like, if it's another if there's another delay announcement like that, maybe you can refer to this one to find out, like, just, you know, just to have a better understanding going forward, you know, damage control basically. But anyway, so firstly, the most recent reason for the delays is the most recent reason, and something that I wanted to talk about for a while more generally, is the weather, and to be more specific, how extreme hot or cold tends to impact my ability to focus and create. This is always something that I've always had to deal with, you know, so this is always a struggle I've always had, to the point where if the temperatures get beyond a certain comfort zone for me, as I generally don't do well in heat in general. I think I've talked a little bit about that here and there in past videos, but in general I don't do well in heat at all. And I feel when the heat goes beyond a certain threshold or comfort zone for me, I feel kind of, well, pretty useless for any creative work. It's not just about my equipment overheating. Yes, that's a factor as well, but what I'm mainly talking about here when I say the weather is my own comfort, focus, energy. You know, that's all very, very important. When recording, especially for long periods of time like what I do, you need to be somewhat comfortable all throughout that. And yeah, so basically when I'm constantly battling discomfort, it basically becomes impossible for me to concentrate, concentrate on being creative, or even just being engaging on camera becomes, pretty much impossible, which basically results in less than good quality content types of videos that that not even editing can save. I generally, if I make a crap video, I do try to salvage it a little bit through editing, but on those particular hot days, even the editing skills can't save that. And so yeah, that's kind of what I want to address. But it's not just the weather, beyond the weather, there are other factors as well, which, again, there's been a lot. I've been posting these announcements for multiple reasons. It's not just the weather, but the weather's the most recent reason, but there are other factors. So beyond the weather, there's also other little issues, like some of the biggest hurdles is the tech itself. So as many of you are probably aware, running a YouTube channel at all often involves navigating a entire labyrinth of technical issues. Whether it's software glitches, camera malfunctions, audio problems, or editing software crashes, whatever the case, whenever these issues kind of pop up unexpectedly, it can eat up hours and even days of troubleshooting, and it's incredibly frustrating and completely throws a spanner in the works of my schedule, completely throwing the schedule off in the process. So yeah, you can imagine how that would be annoying and why that would cause me to delay a lot, as again, these issues, they just kind of pop up whenever they feel like it. I could just be sitting down to record something and then suddenly, oh, my camera is not working. Oh, something has to update. My software won't load. Stuff like that, which is incredibly frustrating. But like I said, there are more issues. It's not like, yes, those are two of the big issues, but there are more. So beyond all that, there's just, life. So like everyone else, like anybody, I also have my own personal life going on behind the scenes, and sometimes that comes with its own set of stresses and unexpected demands that honestly require my full, raw, undivided attention. Whether it's family stuff, my personal well-being, or other day-to-day challenges, these things generally do take priority and require my attention, as I said, which means I basically have less mental energy for content creation, which is another reason for these delays. Right. On top of those issues as well, there are other things, again, like I said. Something else that some of you may be able to relate to, which affects me personally, and again, you can probably relate to this, is my struggle with seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. Typically, this usually affects me any time from October through February, and can strike unexpectedly during this time, at any time between this time. It doesn't necessarily affect me for that full time period, but that's just a rough idea of when it can affect me on average. Again, sometimes it lasts not as long, sometimes it lasts longer. It all depends. It all depends on how it affects me. It feels, honestly, it feels different each year, and last year, as you know, affected me pretty bad. But yeah, during these months, my energy levels and motivation can drop significantly, and it becomes a real challenge to maintain consistency or even the drive to create at all. So yeah, it's a bit of an issue, but at least it only affects me towards like the end of the year and maybe a little bit to the beginning. You know, we can always hope it always passes relatively quickly, but yeah, just a rough idea basically. And then there are also these days or even weeks where my brain feels like it's just working against me. You can call it creative block or just general lack of focus. But sometimes I feel like my mental gears just aren't turning. And it can be incredibly frustrating when I want to create, but my own body is working against me. Like, imagine this. Imagine I want to sit down to record a Let's Play of, say, Hogwarts Legacy, and then my brain basically says, no. I want to record, but my brain is like, nope, I want to talk to AI. Nope, I want to play this. Nope, I want to do that. That's basically what it's like. It basically feels like my entire brain is working against me. Like, anytime I want to record, my brain's like, nope, you're doing this. And that can also be incredibly frustrating, which has happened more times than I can count, and has been a reason for those delays on multiple occasions. And honestly, pushing through those moments often result in content that I just would not be happy with, and frankly, I want to avoid for all of you guys, because again, if I'm not happy with that kind of content, then if I'm not enjoying myself, then there's a good chance it's not going to be that entertaining for you either. So I'd rather just avoid all that whenever I'm feeling like that. And then there are also just these random bouts of fatigue that just hit me out of nowhere, and when they hit me hard. But basically, imagine a truck hitting another truck, and then another truck, and then another truck, and then imagine those tens and thousands of trucks finally plowing straight into me. That's basically what it feels like, and yeah, it's not fun. It's not a fun time. This isn't like just being a little tired. It's a deep exhaustion that makes it impossible to think clearly, focus, or have the energy to do anything productive, let alone create videos. It feels like my brain just switches off and I have no choice but to rest. So when you take all of these factors into account, the extreme weather, the unexpected tech hurdles, the stresses of private life, the impact of SADs, the incredibly frustrating balance of fatigue and lack of focus. When you take all that into account, it really explains why maintaining a super strict upload schedule for me as a independent creator isn't always realistic. It's not due to a lack of trying or focus or passion or anything like that. It's just a simple reality of trying to balance everything. Just balancing all that off screen can be incredibly frustrating, and it's not always realistic to do. So I want to make really clear here that I love making content for all of you. I absolutely love it. It's my passion. I love it with every ounce of blood, sweat, tears. I love it all. So yeah, I love doing it, and I'm absolutely dedicated to this channel. Always have been, always will be. Now, my goal has always been to you, and providing the best possible content and videos that I can when I can. And that also means putting my well-being first, so I can generally deliver quality content and not burn myself out in the process. My ideal is to maintain my usual weekly schedule whenever it's possible. Because I love creating regularly for you guys, and I usually try to not disrupt that schedule whenever it's possible. Like if I'm able to constantly do it daily or weekly, you know, without interruption, then yeah, I'm gonna go for it. But yeah, but because of that, I'll still try to maintain that schedule whenever possible. But moving forward, I hope you guys can understand that there may be times when uploading, when my uploads may be a little bit more sporadic, for lack of a better word. Yeah, there may be times my videos might be a little bit sporadic, bit random, a little bit sparse here and there. So especially during these periods when you know, certain seasons when SAD affects me, and especially during heat waves. Now, regardless of what happens, whether there's a break or whatever, I promise to always keep you guys up to date in the community tab. So do check that regularly, as well as I try to keep you guys in the loop whenever something significant happens and I have something to share. So do check that regularly, so you won't miss any upcoming content or any breaks, or you know, whenever I have something to talk about, pretty much. Yeah. Now, your understanding, your patience, your continued support through all of this, all of these challenges that I face behind the scenes, mean the world to me, mean more to me than what I can say into words. Now, I've always had difficulty expressing myself, expressing emotions, because I do, I do have autism, and that sometimes, like, I do appreciate, but sometimes it's a little bit difficult for me to put into words. So I do still feel that appreciation, but I'm just not very good at expressing it too well. But regardless of that, all of that, your understanding, your patience, your continued support through all these trying times means more to me than what I can say, what I can put into words, what I can comprehend. And it makes, if I have all that, it makes navigating these challenges much easier if I know that you guys are here and supporting me and understand to help me get me through it all, and so I can come back and provide better content for you. You know, just in general, knowing that you guys have my back and are supporting me, knowing that you guys are just, you know, waiting patiently for me to recover so I can bring back the quality content, knowing you guys aren't stressing me out or constantly saying, where is it? You know, that just knowing you guys are there takes a significant burden off of my struggles. So I just wanted to stop and take a moment to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, and for sticking with me on this journey through YouTube and any of these struggles. Like, yes, the videos, yes, the Let's Plays, but also just these difficult periods for me. It really means more to me than what I can put into words, what I can say. So again, I just wanted to stop and, you know, I just want to be transparent with you. I want to talk a bit why there's been so many breaks and so many unplanned delays lately. Talk a bit about what's been bothering me, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I just want, again, thank you guys. Again, it means more than what I can ever really say. And hopefully I will see you guys, hopefully the next video will be a bit better. I'm thinking of maybe, maybe take a break, but I'm also thinking of maybe doing some more chill videos, just like little miscellaneous videos like that require less effort of me. Just, you know, I might talk about it at another time. Like, I might do another video talking about it at some point, but yeah, I think I just need a little bit less stress, a little bit more relaxation. You know, if I am going to record, maybe just do more chill things. But yeah, Again, I'll probably talk more about that at a later point, but again, as always, thank you guys for watching, thank you for tuning in, thank you for your support and appreciation. You know, again, means more to me than what I can say. And as always, thank you guys, and I will see you hopefully in a more positive video. Until then, have a good day, you guys.